Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Olivia. I'm a consultant in the NHS in the UK and I speak about life as an international medical graduate in the UK. If you're new, welcome. And if you've been here before, if you were one of those people last weekend who commented, shared, liked, subscribed, thank you so much and welcome back. And from last weekend, I actually got quite a few suggestions, online, offline. And one of the suggestions was about the salary expectations. So I will be doing another video around what to expect as your take-home salary as a junior doctor in the UK. And even after you've had a net salary, what sort of fees would you be expected to pay, professional fees, cost of living, etc. So I'll be doing that for sure. One of the other things that was brought up was that people just wanted to find out a little bit more about myself. So I thought I'd do a little quick Q&A YouTube style video. So some of the questions are from yourself, some of the questions are from long-standing common questions that I've been asked over the years since I've been here, and some of them are just random questions. So the first question is, where are you from? I think that's one of the most common questions that I get asked on a daily basis. Not on a daily basis, but on a regular basis, I would say. When I start a new job, when I go to the hospital, and I interact with people who are not from the Caribbean, people say, where are you from? So I'm from the beautiful island of St. Lucia. And usually after that, I get a very confused look. Like, okay. And people try to be polite and pretend they know where it is. Or some people who are brave enough actually say, St. Lucia, where's that? I was surprised that not many people know about St. Lucia or know where it is. People who are not from the Caribbean, that is. But actually, a lot of people have never heard of St. Lucia. So yes, it's a beautiful island in the Caribbean. Look it up. It's wonderful. Second question is, where did you go to medical school? So I went to medical school in Trinidad and Tobago. Another wonderful place with great educational system, and I think the medical school there was brilliant. Third question is, why did you move to the UK? So I moved to the UK first off in 2003. I did my A-levels and the plan was to do a degree in neuroscience as it wasn't available at the University of the West Indies. But then I decided to apply for neuroscience as well as medicine, both here and in the Caribbean. And so I went to the Caribbean for medical school, and then I came back here for work. Well, first off for exams in 2014, and I came back here in 2015 for work officially. What exams have you done so far? So I've done the IELTS, which is the International English Language Testing System, and then I had to do PLAB 1 and 2, which are the exams that you need to do to be able to register with the General Medical Council to work in the UK. So I did that prior to working, and since I've been working in the UK, I've done MRCP. So the membership of the Royal College of Physicians. I've done exams part 1, part 2, and the horribly dreaded PACES exam. And I also chose to do a specialty exam. So I've done the Fellowship of the European Board of Physical and Rehabilitation Medicine exams. And that was right before I finished my specialty training. So what is your specialty then? So my specialty, it's called different things in different countries. Physiatry in the US, physical and rehabilitation medicine in many European and international places. A lot of people still go by the old rehabilitation medicine phrase. And what does that entail? So rehabilitation medicine, it allows physicians like myself to do holistic care for people who have complex disability, whether it be from a neurological pathology, so neurological brain or spinal cord injuries, or musculoskeletal injury, trauma, amputee prosthetics, etc. So it's quite a wide range of things. And it's a blessing to be able to have a bit more time with people as well compared to the acute specialties. So where do I work? I work in London, but I won't say the hospital or the NHS Trust. I've also worked in a lot of places outside of London, so Greater Manchester, Nottinghamshire, a few other places. But yes, I've been based in London for majority of my time here in the UK. And when did I graduate? Okay, so I've been a doctor from 2011, so it's going to be 13 years since I've been a doctor, and I've been a consultant from last year. Okay, so in between that time, I did all my specialty training. So I did my core medical training in 2016 to 2018, and then I did my specialty training from 2019 to 2023. So that's me. Some of the other random questions. What are your top priorities in life? Ooh, that's a very big one, very deep. But I will say my top priorities overall would be peace within myself and peace within my surroundings, and being of service. So trying to help out, trying to help myself and trying to help others. Okay, so the other little fun one is basketball or football. I'm not really much of a sporty person, to be honest. I know a little bit about cricket. I pretend to know a little bit about cricket. But my cousins are footballers, so I'm going to say football. And then at the moment, what is your guilty pleasure? What is my guilty pleasure? I think if I had to say, probably my guilty pleasure right now is Love is Blind, season 6, the drama. It's so bad, but I can't help myself. I want to know what's going on. So yes, the pods and the pods on Netflix. That's my guilty pleasure at this moment in time. And then the other one that I chat a lot to people about, especially people from an international background at different points at work, is, do you regret coming to the UK? Do you feel like you've wasted so many years? Do you feel like you should go back? Do I regret coming to the UK? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I had a goal in mind, and I came and I pushed through, and I was able to get to the point that I wanted to get to. So definitely not. But one of the other things I don't want people to think is, that concept of a decision as a mistake, or a decision, being filled with so much regret because of a decision. I think that with any decision that you make, a big life decision, it can take you into two directions. So sometimes you've thought about making a change in your life, and the reason for that change is because whatever you're doing right now isn't aligned with who you are or who you want to be. So you make a decision to make a change. And I think redirection, as an acceptance of being something closer to who you are, is never a failure, or is never a mistake, or is something that nobody should regret. So if you make a change to want to come to the UK, and then you make a decision that actually, no, this is not for you, you want to go back to where you were before, or you want to go to somewhere else, I don't think that that's a failure, or that should be regretted in some sense. The other decision is that sometimes people come, for example, and make a decision to continue, even though they may feel that their original decision is a mistake. So I think that sometimes you think, okay, you know what, my energy is so low, I'm so depressed, this is so overwhelming, it's so hard, I don't think I can continue, I think that it was a mistake to come here. But ultimately, deep within yourself, you know that you want to continue along that path, or you know that it is the overall right thing for you, but it's just that at that point, things seem overwhelming. So in that setting, I would say, take a break, step back a little bit, maybe take things a little bit slower, so that way you can regain some energy and you can regain some structure in order to be able to push through. So then again, I don't think either path that you take, whether you think that, okay, this is not for me and this was a huge mistake and I should redirect myself, or whether you think, actually, no, this was a big mistake, but because I'm feeling low right now and I don't think I can continue, but deep down you know that you're along the path that you want to continue. So even at those 2 points, I don't think either of these things are a quote unquote mistake. I think that decisions, one way or the other, lead you to finding out a bit more about yourself. And even if you take whichever path, so even if you decide to continue or even if you decide to redirect, even along both paths, I think you will continue to make mistakes. It's a part of life. You will always make mistakes. But using the knowledge from having made those mistakes in order to improve yourself, in order to benefit yourself and the persons around you, that's what it's all about. You become a specialist or an expert, or increase your expertise in any particular area by making those mistakes. So you hit the curb when you're trying to do your driving lesson. You don't stop your driving lesson. You use your knowledge from that to be able to pass your driving test, and then you become a better driver. So similarly in life. So absolutely, I don't think that I would regret at all ever moving to the UK, even if at some point I may decide to change the direction of what I do or change to go somewhere else. At this point in time, I don't intend to. I don't know what life is going to throw at me, but I will always be able to take those 9 years and take the experience from those 9 years and use it in a beneficial manner as I move through life. So I definitely don't see it as being a regret, and I don't think other people should see it, whether they come and change their minds afterwards or decide not to come. I don't think it should be seen as a mistake, any decision. Okay, so that's a little bit long, but that is just, maybe I felt like I needed to get that out there because I had a specific discussion with someone on Friday about a situation. So I think that you can always use whatever you've learned wherever you are to move forward in life. So yes, these are some of the common questions that have been asked over the years. Please feel free to let me know in the comments if you've got any other questions, and I will try my best. If you've got topics as well or suggestions for videos, I'll try my best to cover it, and I shall see you next Sunday. All the best. Dr. Olivia. Bye.